Thank you, John, for the introduction, and I want to thank the Arkansas River Basin Water Forum Committee for asking me here today to speak. I'd also like to give a big thank you to the Upper Arkansas Area Council of Governments, Jeff, John and Curtis with Colorado Department of Public Health and Environment, and Eddie Balch with Colorado Rural Water Association for putting this pilot project together and getting us going on source water protection and planning. As many of you probably know, Canyon City is located about 150 miles just downstream here. We're right at the mouth of what I like to call the Grand Canyon of the Arkansas River. Very pretty landscape down there through the canyon. Many of you have maybe been to the Royal Gorge area, and it's just pretty breathtaking. A lot different scenery than what, of course, Greg and his group have up here, but pretty nonetheless. The city of Canyon City solely relies upon the Arkansas River for its supply of drinking water to the community. Currently, the city of Canyon City serves a residential population of 25,300, and then when you factor in an additional maybe 9,500 what they call transient, non-transient population, our population served is 34,800. It's because of these 34,800 reasons that we're looking to develop this source water protection plan. The Canyon City water treatment plant, again, diverts all of the water out of the Arkansas River, and the raw water is diverted out of the river. We have a pump station that we call the Lowhead Pump Station. Many of you who may have rafted in our area have the opportunity to go right by that pump station over the diversion dam. And that pump station diverts it into a 45 million gallon raw water settling pond. It's not really a reservoir. It's part of the treatment process. And then from there we have a second pump station that lifts the water almost 300 feet up to the water treatment plant and into the pre-sedimentation building. This is our normal preferred delivery of water to the plant from the river. We do have a alternate delivery. We have another raw water pump station that takes its water directly out of the hydraulic ditch that Manny over here takes care of for us. And that pump station pumps that water directly to the water treatment plant, thus bypassing our raw water settling pond. So depending upon the time of year it is, we really don't like to use that station. The Arkansas can be an ever-changing water quality. Seen it where you can count the rocks in the bottom of the river, and on other days it's running like chocolate milk. The water plant itself is what's known as a conventional surface water treatment plant. It's capable of producing 22 million gallons a day. In 2011, our average daily production was right around 5.5 million gallons. Of course, during the summer months, when water use is going on outdoors, we see those demands increase to 11.5, 12 million gallons a day. In the wintertime, when the use is kind of restricted just to the indoor use, we see flow rates drop as low as 2.5 million gallons a day. So we get a wide fluctuation in our water demand. The water treatment processes, and for those of you who really aren't into water treatment, I hope this doesn't bore you too much, but currently include chemical coagulation, flocculation, sedimentation, filtration, disinfection, and then we also fluoridate the finished water. After we measure the incoming flow, the chemicals are added to condition that water for the treatment process. The chemicals that we currently use are chlorine dioxide, which is a chemical used for some taste and odor control, helps with the coagulation process. Our primary coagulant is aluminum sulfate. The reason we have to coagulate that water is that you've got suspended particulates in that water that you can let a glass of it sit there for weeks and that stuff still won't settle out. So in conventional surface water treatment, you add a chemical coagulant to facilitate the clumping together of those particulates so they'll get heavy enough to settle out. The flocculation process is accomplished with 3-stage paddle wheel oriented paddle wheels that gently stir the water up and slow the velocity of it down to prepare it for the next process. The flocculated water is then moved into the sedimentation basins where the heavier particles that have formed will settle out. We draw the clarified water off the top and send it to the next process, which is filtration. Filtration is accomplished with multimedia rapid rate gravity filters. After the water has gone through the filters, then it's considered potable. We do add some chlorine to it to disinfect the water. And then, as I said, we also fluoridate to a level of 0.9 milligrams per liter, which has been proven to help prevent dental caries in young children if they'll just drink the water. These processes are maintained and controlled by city staff, of all of whom are certified plant operators. The operators utilize a highly automated computer system which tracks flow rates, chemical feed rates, and provide the data to allow the operators to operate the water treatment plant in an effective and compliant manner. The water treatment plant provides an uninterrupted supply of high-quality drinking water to its customers 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, 365 days a year. Except this year it'll be 366, I believe. Our distribution system is comprised of approximately about 150 miles of water main, ranging in size from 2-inch to 42-inch. The distribution system is made up of cast iron pipe, which we have some stuff in the ground that's over 100 years old, believe it or not. Ductile iron pipe, your PVC, asbestos cement, and steel piping. We currently have 6 finished water storage tanks on the system that provide us with about almost 19 million gallons in storage. Maintain over 1,000 fire hydrants, 3,000 valves, and we service approximately 9,000 metered accounts. Planning that goes into our systems include just normal operation, maintenance, as well as an aggressive capital improvement plan that addresses that aging infrastructure. From our perspective, the water quality threats that pose the greatest risk are those that increase sediment loading in the river, add nutrients into the river, and of course heavy metals. Sediment loading is a concern because of the challenges that it can present in adjusting chemical coagulant dosage to meet the demand and keep the plant in compliance. Nutrients are problematic in that they can lead to algal blooms, which then in turn can lead to taste and odor problems. Of course, heavy metals have been a long concern on the Arkansas River. Not only can they have an impact on the drinking water sources and water treatment plants, but they also have a huge impact on wildlife and the environment. In working with this group here, the agencies that we feel we need to collaborate with for improved protection of the watershed is the Board of County Commissioners of Lake, Chaffee, Custer, Fremont counties, the U.S. Forest Service, and the Bureau of Land Management because of the control of the land that they have within our watershed. The city's hopes and benefits from this project is that we come up with a source water protection plan that helps reduce the risk of contamination to our drinking water source while not burdening landowners and other agencies with rules and regulations that might have a negative impact on them. So all in all, we're really excited to get this kicked off, As John had mentioned, this program really started as a mandate put on the state back in 2002. Phase 2, which we're in now, is strictly voluntary, and Canyon City's very proud to be assisting in this endeavor. So that's all I've got. Again, thank you.